Actions and Stuff is Minecraft Bedrock Edition's best resource pack due to all of the animations it adds to players and mobs, along with all of the custom textures. Along with this, Actions and Stuff comes with a load of custom name tag tricks that you can use on different mobs in the game, which is what I'll be showcasing today, starting with the villagers. In fact, there are two different name tag tricks you can use on villagers. First of all, we can grab out a name tag, naming it Bunny, and name a villager, and as you can see, it gives it a pink dress with rabbit ears, which, yeah, it looks kind of strange, but it's a cool addition, and it does work on any biome villager. For example, these are all in the desert, and it just turns them into a rabbit villager. If turning your villagers into rabbits isn't really your style, you could also name tag your villagers Villager 32 to give it a completely different texture. This is sort of a missing texture file in Minecraft, the purple and the black, and you could just simply transform villagers into this sort of cursed villager, which is pretty cool, and it also gives them all a farm hat, which I think is quite cool. And once again, this does work on every type of villager as well. Iron golems are seen as the protectors of villagers, so why not give them better designs? For example, name tagging one Dapper will give it a suit with glasses, which I think looks really good. Alternatively, you could call it Agent as well to give it the same design, just so you have two different name choices. And I think these guys look really cool. They look a bit like spies. Yeah, I just think it's a really nice design. There are also 3 different name tag tricks you can use on pigs. For example, you can name a pig Muddy to turn it into a muddy pig. Alternatively, you can name one Mucky to turn it into a muddy pig again, or you could use Mudster to turn it into, yet again, a muddy pig. And as we just saw, this works on all the different pig variants as well. With the pigs and other mobs that I will be showcasing in today's video, these textures can actually spawn naturally as well. This pack just allows you to name tag them, just so you can more easily access these mobs. As well as this, the name tag tricks don't actually affect the actual mobs, it just changes the texture, so an iron golem will always attack as normal. The pig will still have the same drops and do everything as normal. Next, we can look at some of the name tags for chickens. For example, you can name a chicken Baby to turn it into its small form. This is actually the same with pretty much every mob with a baby form, with actions and stuff, which we'll probably take a look at later on. Alternatively though, you could use Chick instead of Baby, and it turns it into the different forms. And one of the coolest parts is, all 3 of the new chicken variants have these different baby forms, which, yeah, they look so cool. My personal favorite though has to be this one, for just the temperate design. I love his yellow chick design. Wish we had that in default Minecraft. However, if permanently having chickens as babies isn't really your thing, you can actually name the chicken something else. If you grab a name tag and name it Chicken Jockey, it will spawn a baby zombie on top. Although this is just cosmetic, so it won't actually spawn a baby zombie and you can't punch the baby zombie. It's just a nice little design. And once again, this does work on all 3 variants of the chicken as well. Which, yeah, it looks really cool. I love the temperate one, and the cold one also looks really nice. Before I move on to any other mobs, if you're enjoying today's video or are learning something new, make sure to subscribe, as I want to see how many subscribers I can be on by the end of the year. Plus, let me know in the comments if you'd like to see me do some more actions and stuff showcase videos in the future. The Creeper is probably Minecraft's most iconic mob, you know, the green with the black face. However, did you know it was originally a mistake? It wasn't supposed to look like this, or even intended to be in the game, as it was originally supposed to be a pig. However, the developer at the time got the model mixed up, which is why you can name tag a creeper Pig with actions and stuff to transform it into a pig, and I think this is such a cool design. Love the ears it has on the side, as well as just all the detail it has. Yeah, it's a really cool design, but obviously, once again, this does work just like a regular creeper. If I grab out a flint and steel and light it, it will just work how a normal creeper would work. But to be fair, it could work as a great way to prank your friends. Parrots are some of the only birds we have in Minecraft, which I definitely think we need more. But with actions and stuff, we do. If you name tag one of your parrots Crow, it will literally just turn it into a crow design, which is pretty cool. And it works on all 5 variants of the parrot as well. And it allows you to have a pet crow in your world. You know, in case you ever wanted a pet crow for any reason. Husks are the desert form of zombies, and they do look a bit like sort of mummies or like ancient sort of Egyptian mobs. However, they don't exactly look like it, which is why you can name tag a husk Mummy to give it all bandages. Alternatively, you can nickname one Dusty to have the same design. And honestly, it's just such a cool design, having a husk be a mummy. Yeah, it just looks so good. Wish we had these mobs as well in Minecraft, perhaps spawning in the desert temple or something like that. And once again, similar to some of the other mobs we've covered, the mummies can actually just spawn naturally inside of the game, although they are slightly rarer variants of a husk. Similar to the husk, when a witch spawns in the world, it actually now has a chance, with the actions and stuff resource pack, to be green, although, as you can probably see, I've had no luck getting it so far. So I spawn a few more in. There we go, we finally got a green witch. However, Using a name tag, we can get this one 100% of the time. And all you need to do is to simply name tag a witch Emeralda to turn it green, which I just think is a really cool design. It also changes its cape a little bit, it looks like. Although, it's quite hard to notice. Yeah, like the legs changed from brown to blue. That's quite a cool detail. Next up, we have a new texture for bees, as you can spawn them in, and if you name tag them Smol, S-M-O-L, it will turn them into a little baby bee, which I think is a really cool design. And honestly, it would be really cool to have bees in Minecraft just this size. And this name tag trick will also work if you name tag a bee baby. Another flying mob you can name is Violet, as you can simply name it Goldie, and it will turn it into a gold design. Just make sure you don't hand it a name tag. I actually think that's such a cool design. I believe this is from Minecraft Legends. Wish we had gold allays in Minecraft as well, and as part of actions and stuff, it will have this really cool golden trail behind it, which just looks so good. Another name tag trick which exists is actually on the Warden, although be careful if you do attempt this in your survival world, as you will likely die because the Warden is very dangerous. But you can make it look more friendly by name tagging it William. It will give it a little bow tie as well as a little cane, and I'm going to kill it quickly before it goes too close to all of my other mobs. But honestly, it's a really cool looking design, and it's definitely a challenge to try and get one in survival mode, so maybe I do recommend it. The Ghast also gets a custom name tag texture. If you name tag it Boo, it will turn it into this smaller Ghast design, which I think looks really cool. It's sort of more pixelated, but yeah, it's a really nice design. And as we're now in survival, we can see what it looks like when it's angry. And it does a lot of damage, although we are quite far away from it now. There it is. It's quite hard to see, actually. And it's not just the regular Ghast we can give name tags to, as you can actually name tag the Happy Ghast as well. And it comes with 4 different names. You can nickname it Enderman Balloon to turn it into a giant Enderman, Creeper Balloon to turn it into a giant Creeper, Pig Balloon to turn it into a pig, or Pumpkin to turn it into a giant pumpkin. As it sort of works like a hot air balloon if you attach a boat to below it, so it's just a different design for a Happy Ghast. Although it functions no differently, you can just fly around a floating pumpkin if you really want. There's actually an additional name for a Happy Ghast. If you are to give it a harness, you can nickname it Saddleless to just remove the harness completely, although it will still allow it to be flown around by the player, which is quite cool if you don't really like the design of the harness on the Happy Ghast. As you can see, the harness still exists. The Enderman has a load of texture changes as well, so if you spawn in an Enderman and use the Ender Child name tag, and as long as it doesn't teleport away from you, you will see that it actually is now a baby. This is the same for nicknaming an Enderman Endy, or nicknaming it Baby as well. You just get a smaller Enderman design, which I think looks really good. Now it's going to be a pain to try and kill all of these, as they're very small, and they teleport very quickly. There we go. Alternatively, you could name tag an Enderman, wherever it's gone, Beanie, to give it green eyes. As I'm pretty sure the original Enderman design did actually have green eyes. As far as I can remember, it did at least. And it's very hard to even look at because it's teleporting so fast. Actually, there's probably an easier way to showcase this. And that is to simply trap an Enderman in a boat. Oh, he's teleported as well. We'll try this one. Oh, there we go. Beanie. And as you can see, this guy has green eyes, which look really cool. They also blink with actions and stuff, which is another great detail. Zombies also have some different textures with name tags, although we will need to set it for night to check them out. So we can spawn them down here. We can nickname it Brian. And as you can see, it will slowly start to get glowing eyes. This is the same if you name tag it Glare as well. Honestly, I think it's such a cool detail. And it's obviously like a reference to Hero Brian, which I think is really cool. These ones can actually also spawn in the wild, although very rare. The dolphin also has a name tag trick, as if you simply nickname it Bubblegum, it will turn it into a pink dolphin, which can also rarely spawn in the wild. But honestly, this is such a cool design for the dolphin. I wish we had pink dolphins in Minecraft because they do just look really nice. I've got a giant cluster of mobs over here. As I mentioned earlier, you can name tag a mob Baby to turn it into its baby form. And this is the case for most mobs, so we can get a baby strider, baby sheep, baby mushroom, llama, cat, fox, panda, turtle, armadillo. These just look so cool. And obviously, Actions and Stuff's texture pack has these really cool custom baby textures, which look so nice. I really like the baby mushroom. That's one of my favorites. Just looks so good. And these are baby mobs. Well, sort of the look of them are baby mobs, but if you kill a baby mushroom, it will still have a drop, and they'll all drop XP, which is pretty cool. But yeah, these are such cool designs. I really like the look of them. You can also ride a baby llama, which, yeah, that doesn't look right at all, actually. And I've saved for best till last, as you can name tag a cat, O-I-I-A, O-I-I-A, and it will literally remove their legs and just give you infinite spinning cats, which is a very weird thing, and I think it's a reference to this video. But it's still quite a cool thing to have in actions and stuff, and yeah, they just look really crazy. We've now got a spinning cat in Minecraft. Obviously, this is all part of the actions and stuff resource pack, but if you don't like the actual textures that exist within this, you can always go to the actions and stuff part of your texture pack, click the little cog button to access the settings, and set it to 32x to remove the custom textures. And if you toggle off this texture pack, a lot of these name tag tricks will work as well. For example, we've got the spinning cats here. Lots of the baby ones work, although for some reason it doesn't work with pandas or armadillos. It doesn't work with pink dolphin, unfortunately. It does work with emeralda, the mummies, the crows, pig creeper, the chicken jockeys, the baby chickens, all of the muddy pigs, the really cool looking iron golems, as well as the 2 villager variants. But if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to subscribe and let me know what your favorite of these textures are in the comments down below. Also, let me know if you want to see me do some more actions and stuff videos in the future.